I guess before we get started, is everybody doing okay? Everybody safe? Anybody have to get stuck on the interstate yesterday?
I didn't, but my stepdad did. He was on for about 8 hours on 75, 8 or 9 hours. He got home at 2 o'clock in the morning to Richmond.
Oh
So
my gosh,
yeah.
that's insane. Man. But he's doing okay. I'm sure he's probably sleeping now.
No, actually, he's back up and came back to Lexington to work. So
More power to
had to
him.
turn around and come right back a few hours later. So
Yeah, I mean, yesterday was crazy, and I imagine most places are still closed today. So, I appreciate y'all still hopping on and doing this. All right. Well, before we get started, I'm going to share my screen so that everybody can see the minutes from last meeting. And I apologize in advance. I forgot to upload the finished copy with everybody's names on it, but this is what we talked about. All right, I'm going to go ahead and share that right there. So as you're looking over it, I guess I need to call this meeting to order. I apologize, everybody. Welcome to January meeting of the Harrison Nicholas Scott Bourbon CECC council meeting. I'm gonna go ahead and call it to order. Does anybody want to make a motion to approve the minutes from last meeting?
sure, I'll approve.
Thank you, Amanda. Anybody want a second? All right, thanks, Danita. I think that's what you were doing. I saw a finger. All right, good deal. All right, I'll go ahead and stop sharing. So let me pull up today's agenda just so everybody knows what we're doing. First things first, I want to just give a financial report. So I still haven't got any requests or anything about spending money, so that's something that we were going to talk about today. So we still have approximately $35,000, and I was talking with the governor's office. I guess it was last week, and they're still trying to get everything together to send out to get signed for the additional funding, and they're saying it's going to be an additional $35,000. So we're potentially looking at $70,000 that we have to spend. So it's a lot of money, and we need to spend it by June. um,
So my two preschool teachers are on here because we have talked a lot about spending that money. Well,
uh-huh.
not a lot, several times. So since we're out today, well, we're doing NTI, but their kids were out. I had them get on so that we will be asking to spend some of your money. Don't worry. We just haven't figured out exactly what yet.
Well, don't worry, it's not my money, it's our money. So
And
I'm just the
Danita's
one
nodding
that
her
puts my
head. I'm
name
sure
on
she
it.
can figure that out too.
So yeah, so I mean, we got tons if y'all need supplies for your centers or your communities, if you need more materials for screenings, assessments, if you need trainings for PD days for your teachers, I mean, we can do that stuff. We had talked last time about buying conscious discipline accounts for people, and it's pretty relatively inexpensive. I think I think it's almost 200 accounts. It's only $1,000, and so we have more than enough to buy conscious discipline for a year for anybody who wants it. Just be thinking, does anybody have any numbers right off the top of your head that you want me to go ahead and start planning for? If not, you can start emailing me numbers so that way I can make the order. But that's something that we wrote into our goals and something that we probably need to start looking at more seriously, especially now that we're in the new year.
Candace, I have 10.
Go ahead.
You have 10? Okay. Does that include you? Do you want some?
It does include me.
Okay. Good deal.
Jonas, I'm Debbie Lank. I've taken Bradley Stevenson's place at the Child Care Council. And so I was going to offer too, we could do lots of trainings, or we could either do, we could even do memberships for centers so that their training is free for, a year kind of thing. We could do that in advance, whatever you all want to do. We would be glad to help with professional development, however that is. And if it's training on even conscious discipline or something like that, we can do that too. So just let us know how we can help, and we're glad to partner.
That's fantastic. Thank you, Debbie. And I'd like to go ahead and make a point for everybody that's on this meeting and who will be watching this. You don't have to go through me to facilitate connections and stuff. The whole purpose of this council is in order to establish those partnerships and connections with everybody. Really, what you just need to go through me for is if you need money. And I'll put my name on it, and then we'll disperse the funds for you. But like, if y'all wanted to, link up with Debbie, and get some trainings or anything else like that, y'all don't have to go through me. Y'all can go straight to her. Everybody's email is on the big email that I send, so you should be able to just search and find contact information that way. But I just had a thought. I want to put that out there that this is for everybody to connect. I don't mind facilitating stuff, but I don't want you to have to wait on me or feel like you have to wait on me. So, but that's a really good mention. Thank you, Debbie. I appreciate that. And happy to
Jonas?
have you, by the way. Yes, ma'am.
So we always, at Derby Club, we always do the membership with the Child Care Council. And right now our membership is good until I think like July or August of this year. So if we were to prepay like that through this, is that okay if we do that before June 30th? Will that
I
be able
don't
to cover?
I don't see why not. I'll double check and make sure, because some grants are kind of picky, and I don't know. It's my understanding that they're in the process of changing some of the bylaws of this grant through the grapevine, from what I've heard. So let me double check. I have a feeling that that's perfectly okay.
We could
but
just we could just extend their dates too. I don't think that would change anything. I think that would be fine, on our end. We would just extend it out, 15 months or whatever it is, per contract kind of thing. So,
Okay. Yeah, okay. And then that way, if it's not, then we can just use next
right,
grant period's money. Yeah,
right.
we'll get you taken care
Okay,
of.
yeah. That's why I wanted to make sure, because it'll actually be for 2022, 2023. So I didn't know if it would still be able to cover or not. So that's why I wanted to check and make sure.
Yeah, good point. And I'll still follow up and everything, but it sounds like either way, we'll get you taken care of.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Let's see. So, like I said, be thinking about conscious discipline. Just go ahead and shoot me emails with numbers, and then as I get closer to registering accounts, I'll need names and emails and stuff. But for now, if you just want to shoot me some numbers, everybody, about what you want, we'll get that taken care of. I know a few of y'all have been meeting with the Dolly Parton Library, I believe. Has anybody met with them in the past month to talk about your individual counties? Let me ask you this then. Would it be helpful for me to facilitate a meeting with them for all of us? Yeah, okay.
I think that would be good.
I was
Okay.
gonna say the same thing. Again, we had a middleman when we were doing it before through another grant. So I didn't really do anything with that other than like we got parent forms and sent them to them, and they handled it, and it was a giant mess. So honestly, but it wasn't Imagination Library's fault. I think it was the middleman fault with the other grant. But yeah, if you wanted to, I think that would be a good idea to.
Yeah, happy. I was going to anyway, and then I started getting emails from different people, even from people that are not currently on this call right now, saying that they were arranging their own individual meetings, which was fine and great. But then I never heard anything else. So, and we also wrote that into our grant, the Dolly Parton Library. So we need to at least do something with them. So yeah, I'll reach out to them and get a meeting, and then I'll shoot an email to everybody, and if you can meet, then we can meet and we'll record it too for everybody. Scott Turner is on this email list too. He's not here this morning, but he reached out to me and said that he is all about doing like developmental screening. So he's really big into the Brigance. So if any of y'all need help with the Brigance, you know, need training on it or just need someone to come do it because you're so busy that you can't, he said that he's happy to come out and help. And if y'all need more Brigance kits for that reason, we can get you some. Just shoot me an email, shoot Scott an email, and we can coordinate something like that. See, I'm trying to think what else we had. So those are the two biggest goals: the Dolly Parton Library, the conscious discipline, and Scott helping out with the Brigance. So that's the big three that I had written down that we wanted to talk about, that we had written into our goals. But I wanted to open up the floor again, just like I do every time, see what y'all are thinking, some of the issues that you're having, how we can support each other, what you need, if you just want to talk, if you want to vent. I want to open up the floor for everybody to go ahead and do that if you wanted.
Hi, I'm Verdi Kirby, one of the preschool teachers at Paris. Just to review or just to emphasize, you said that we could request to get things for our centers, like instructional things and all that in our classroom through this grant?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
That's
great.
my understanding.
Awesome.
Yeah, and Lakeshore reached out to me, so we have a Lakeshore account set up. So if you want to go on Lakeshore and find some Lakeshore stuff, you can
Awesome.
get Lakeshore
Okay.
items, things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Mhm.
I wanted to let you all know, we have we got dollars from DCC to offer CPR and first aid at no cost. So it's free to you all. And I'll type the link down here. And if you all have staff, it doesn't help us spend money for this, but if you have like 10 staff, we can come to you and test you out, that kind of stuff for you. So what you do, we actually have it on demand. So you can go to this link and you can get on it and you can take it anytime you want to. And then, if you have, really at least 5 staff, we could come to you. If not, we would ask that you would go to a local, kind of area to do that, because we've got test out places and dates scheduled. But if you have, a few staff, we can come to you and do that test out. And we can even do it during the day if you have someone that can go in as a sub for that person to come out and test out. So, that's something that we've been able to offer. And there's regs that you have to have training, not certification, but you have to have CPR and first aid training. And this, of course, would cover that and more. And while it's free, I would encourage everybody to do it. It's now for sure until July. So if you can get people in and train, that would be good. It might get extended. Kind of had a little birdie that told us it could get extended because we're going to have trouble getting everybody trained that we need to just in a short time frame. So we would love to have you. So just let me know what we can do and we'll get you squared away. So again, I'm thankful to be part of this group and support you all however we can. So you just need to, let us know what you need.
Thanks, Debbie. Hey, I have a question I was thinking about. Did you say that does it certify you in CPR, or is it just a training on CPR?
It does certify you.
It does certify. Okay.
The regulation is that you have to be trained. So everybody in the center has to be trained on CPR and first aid, and that can come from a little training on TRIS kind of thing. It's a short training or through orientation. But, right now there's an opportunity to go ahead and get certified, and why not, if you can get everybody certified in your center. So that's kind of where we are, and we'll make it as easy as we can for you all to be able to do that. So
Awesome. Good deal. Thank you, Debbie. So does anybody want to give an update or anything about how things are going? Like, I know things have been a little wonky here past month or two. Everybody's still staying afloat. No one's losing their mind. Well, like I said, we do need to start thinking about, oh, hi, Kate. Oh, no worries. I guess we've been talking about, I'll catch you up real quick. We've been talking about how we're going to spend money. We have potentially $70,000 that we're going to need to look at. So we're looking at getting some conscious discipline accounts, some classroom materials, letting everybody know that if they need anything, supplies, materials, PD days, that kind of thing. Debbie was gracious enough to take some time and talk about what they're doing over at her neck of the woods with the free CPR and memberships and trainings and things like that. So you came in at a good time, Kate.
Thank you for the catch up. I appreciate it. And sorry to be late, everybody.
So I guess the next point of business before we start wrapping things up is last year we voted that we'd meet in person quarterly. And I know that's going to be more finagling on some people's ends. I know not everybody will be able to make it, but it'd be great if as many people can make it as possible. And I'll make sure that I'll send out plenty emails to remind people, but it's going to be the same time, first Friday of February, 9:30. Do I have any takers that want to host us? I don't anticipate, honestly, being transparent. I don't anticipate maybe more than 10 people max. And I'm going to see if I can pull some strings and get us some food. But does anybody have the space or want to have us over for about an hour or so, or hour and a half for an in-person meeting next month?
If we wanted to do it in Paris, I could see about getting a library.
Okay.
Yeah, we met there when we were just the Parish Child Care Council. They have a smaller room, but then they have a big room that I think they allow food and would fit more people. So be a good option.
Yeah. Do one of y'all mind checking in on that and let me know if it's possible?
Sure, I can check with them.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And then let me pull up my calendar just so I can give you the date. It's going to be February 4th at 9:30. It would be when we'd want to start. So. All righty then. Does anybody else have anything that they want to bring forth to anybody or everybody? I want to make sure I give everybody an opportunity to speak and ask questions or concerns, comments.
I'd just like to mention that I'm sitting in. It's really good to see everybody. I feel like, with with COVID, it's so long before we even get to see faces. Jessica Jenkins is going to continue to be the representative for this CECC. She's a quality coach with Child Care Aware. I'm not sure how recently folks have heard that Dawn Griffin received another position, and so she's moved on. But anybody who wants to say hi, or I know that she would love to say hi to everybody. She's still doing well. And then we do have a new health and safety coach. Her name is Allison Heitmeyer. And so you may be hearing from her. And I may also ask that she attend these meetings every now and again. Jessica is out of the office ill right now. And so just jumping in, but good to see everybody, and to thank you so much for keeping this work going, because we've done a lot over the years in all the areas, and I know that it's a big feat to try to combine all these counties. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Kate. And I'll bounce off of that before we make a motion to adjourn. Um, I know that this council in particular struggled with everything, with transitions and, collaboration. But it is my goal to get us back to where we need to be and where the governor's office wants us to be and where we should be. Because honestly, it's not about the money or that we're having to spend or whatever it is. It's about making sure that the kids in our counties are set up for success. And so it's a great responsibility and privilege that we have um, to get together and build these partnerships and have the funds to be able to do that. And so I take that seriously. And so that's why I'm trying to be more formal with the attendance and meetings and then emails and stuff. But just because I'm doing it doesn't mean I'm doing it perfect. So if anybody ever has any suggestions, or if you want to take on more of an active role, or if you want to bring more people in, my feelings are not easily hurt. So feel free to shoot me ideas, bring people in. I think my vision is the more the better. And I try to be as transparent as I can with you so that we can be most effective in the counties that we're serving. So with that being said, I appreciate each of you. We're coming up on 10 o'clock, so want to make sure I respectful of your time. I hope everybody stays warm. I hope everybody stays safe. And does anybody want to make a motion to adjourn? All right, thanks, Danita.
I was gonna say.
And then
I'll-
Amanda, so we just
Yeah.
reversed it from the
Yeah.
approval. So y'all started us off and y'all ended it. So there we go.
Right.
All right, y'all. Like I said, I appreciate y'all. If y'all need anything, you have my email. And I'll send out a recap with the minutes and the recording and everything like I always do. So all right, I appreciate y'all.
Thanks, Jonas.